Welcome back to the program and on to ASEAN interview. We have an interesting topic going on in Indonesia about LGBT. So let's take a look.
I'm Muslim. I know it's against our religion, but we're not saying that we support it, but just don't be so extremist, because this is actually a global issue. Don't make it such an issue that we have to boycott such a company because of one small statement.
Muslim leaders in Indonesia and Malaysia have called for a boycott of Starbucks, saying that the international coffee chain's pro-gay stand is going against Islamic values. The reaction comes after a video from 2013 began circulating online, in which Starbucks' chairman Howard Schultz, a senior executive then, said the company embraced diversity and that not every decision is an economic one in its support for gay marriage. There's been a spike in intolerance in recent years toward the lesbian, gay, bisexual, and transgender community in both Malaysia and Indonesia, the world's most populous Muslim country. In Indonesia, there's been a rise in police raids on the community, and the country's reputation for tolerance is already under scrutiny after Jakarta Governor Basuki Tjahjanpurnama, an ethnic Chinese Christian, was sentenced in May to 2 years in prison for blasphemy. But on the streets of the country's respective capitals, most Muslim Starbucks customers said they were indifferent to the boycott call. A Jakartan resident, Cornelius Kamajaya, said that he loves their products, not the CEO.
Ya, ada keinginan besar tentunya untuk pindah moda negaraan atau mungkin mencari kemungkinan-kemungkinan yang bisa membuat kami hidup lebih layak.
Ada banyak gay yang tidak suka party, tidak suka seks bebas gitu. Itu yang harus dirubah pemikiran masyarakat Indonesia, bahwa jangan ngejudge seseorang dari apa yang hanya dilihat di depan mata. Balik ya.
Adi and Ahmed, a gay couple living in Jakarta, say they fear Indonesian society is growing increasingly intolerant of their community, leading many of them to hide their lifestyle and even consider moving abroad. With the exception of the ultra-conservative Aceh province in northern Sumatra, where Islamic law is enforced and 2 men were publicly flogged last month for gay sex, homosexuality is legal in Indonesia, the world's most populous Muslim country. But Indonesia's Islamists have long sought to criminalize gay sex, with the Islamic Defenders Front, or FPI, having previously broken up what they said were gay parties, and then urged the police to detain the men. What is sending a new chill through Indonesia's LGBT community now is that police seem to have joined in on the vice patrol role themselves. Local media reports said in May, officers detained 141 men in a raid on the Atlantis sauna, accusing them of involvement in a gay prostitution ring. A month earlier, police raided a hotel in Indonesia's second biggest city of Surabaya over an alleged sex party and made the 14 detained men undergo HIV tests before publicly releasing the results. Indonesian police deny targeting the LGBT community and say they just appeal to them to keep their personal affairs private. But if someone breaks the law, they would be subjected to the rule of law regardless of their orientation. Activists say controversial anti-pornography laws, under which offenders can face up to 15 years in prison, are being misused against the community, and that the police are using shaming tactics. The men detained at the Atlantis sauna were nearly all later released without charge, but not before being strip-searched, photographed, and marched semi-naked from the venue into vehicles. The head of the LGBT rights group Gaya Nusantara in Surabaya, Rafael de Costa, says the police space for LGBT activities, even in the form of educational workshops on safe sex, has grown increasingly limited, despite the community legally having freedom of organization and speech. Vice President Yusuf Kala last year asked the United Nations Development Program to stop $8 billion of funding of LGBT-related activities in Indonesia, while Defense Minister Ramizard Riakudu has suggested homosexuality was part of a proxy war waged by foreign states. Homosexuality also remains a taboo topic with the public. A Pew Research Center poll in 2013 found 93% of respondents in Indonesia disagreed that society should accept homosexuality. Indonesia's reputation for tolerance and pluralism has been under scrutiny in recent months after Jakarta Governor Basuki Cahaya Purnama, an ethnic Chinese Christian, was sentenced to 2 years in prison last month for blasphemy in a trial that came after mass Islamist-led rallies last year.
And that was the ASEAN interview for this week and wraps up ASEAN Challenge as well. We'll see you next week. As for now, สวัสดีค่ะ